joining now. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing very well. I'm doing well. I'm just waiting on my coffee right now, and once I sip my coffee, I don't know if that happens with you guys, but once I get my coffee in, I just feel a lot more alive, okay? Uh, Give me a minute over here. My coffee machine, Keurig, Honestly, I've just noticed that I've been drinking a lot of coffee, just a lot of coffee. Pouring some coffee. Oh my God. Recently it's been very strange. I've heard from a lot of 11 Life Paths that they're not able to sleep properly. So if that's going on with you, let me know. I'm not sure of what's happening right now with a lot of folks, but from what I'm hearing, we've got the, hang on a second. We got the Schumann frequency recently. The Schumann frequency is starting to really, really change. So there's a lot more light with the Schumann frequency going on right now. And let me show you guys. Cooking some food right now. Some meat stew. Ah, God. Give it like 2-3 minutes. Give it 2-3 more minutes. We're gonna wait a bit. If you're watching this right now and you're watching this after the live, I recommend you skip like a couple of minutes more. I'm just waiting for a little more people to drop in. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a Wednesday. Hang on over here. Okay, let's get into the topic of today. In today's topic, I want to talk about relationships. Okay, let's talk a little bit about relationships with 11 Life Paths. I feel like it's a very interesting topic. I feel like a lot of 11s want to talk about relationships, okay? A lot of 11s want to talk about relationships. Now, when it comes to relationships, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I'm going to drop a very big secret today. Okay, I've noticed this a lot in my personal life. Okay, in my personal life, I've noticed this a lot. Then I started talking to other 11 Life Paths, okay? And then another 11 Life Path told me the same thing, okay? Then I started observing other 11 Life Paths that are in a relationship with a specific life path I'm going to talk about, okay? So there's this specific life path that 11 life paths do not get along with. And I'm so confirmed at this point, 5, 6, 7, 8. And oh my God, now that I'm speaking about the life path, I swear to God, I just saw numbers adding up to that life path. So that life path is life path 9. For some reason, like I've just noticed that 9s and 11s don't get together. Like even in relationships, a lot of 9s and 11s have a lot of conflict with one another, okay? I noticed this and I couldn't stop. But notice this, okay? Now, I checked around and there are places that are saying that you are compatible with 9, like 11s are compatible with 9. But I'm going to be very honest with what I've seen so far. It seems like the very much opposite. It seems like no, 9s do not get along with 11s, okay? Oh, God. I don't know why my energy is kind of low today. It's kind of like, I feel like if you're on my other lives, my energy is so up. I'm so like going, I'm so just like chop, chop, chop right now. I just kind of feel like, something big is about to happen this year with 2024. For some reason, I feel like you can think I'm a conspiracy theorist, whatever, you could think whatever, but I feel like California, like if you're in California, I don't have a good feeling about California right now. For some reason, I feel like something is about to go down in California. Like something is about to happen in California. California is the year of the dog, right? Like the state itself is the year of the dog, and we are in a dragon year right now. So I feel like anything could happen if you're in California, if you're in other dog states, or if you're a dog, like if you are born like the year of the dog, I think you'll be okay. I think you're fine. I think you're fine. I just think, okay, I'm not gonna say I think you're totally fine because dogs and dragons are enemies, but just be very careful. But other than it being the year of the dog, I think Aquarius went into Pluto or something like that. And the last time Aquarius went into Pluto, there were like fucking terrifying events that took place. I feel like something is around the corner. I do feel like something is around the corner, but I feel like at the same time that it could really get mitigated if your consciousness, if you start stepping up your consciousness, to be very honest with you. Hang on, let me just get some light right now. Let me just get some light. Let's get some light. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, you could definitely comment in the section below and let me know what you guys want to talk about, what you guys want to hear. Let me grab some coffee, honestly. Coffee. Coffee feels good. Do you guys feel like I feel like I feel like I'm at a point right now where I'm so focused on just energy, frequency, and vibration. Like I'm so sensitive to energy, frequency, and vibration that like honestly, like it's getting to the point where I have to really, really be observant of the people that I hang around with. Like if I'm outside and I'm around the wrong people, I start feeling so like it's like something I can't even do anymore. Like it really hurts me when I'm with the wrong people. So I have to really, really watch out for my circle. What's the best path for 11 to build a relationship with? Like the best life path to build for an 11 to build a relationship with? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I'll give you a vague answer for this, but this answer is very specific because like it's just not that you're an 11. It could be that you're an 11 and you're a dog and then you're a Taurus, right? Like if you're an 11, like, so with 11s, like you'll really, 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 really get along with seven life paths. Like I love seven life paths. Like I love sevens and I love ones. Like ones are very good. Now, ones could be a little conflicting with you because like both you guys have very much leadership energies. Like you and one have a lot of leadership energy, but ones are very good to be with. Hang on, I'm just gonna like bro, for me, I'm sensitive to the point right now, like with energy, I'm so sensitive that I have to cook my own food. Like that's how fucking intense it's getting. Like the energies are getting that intense for me. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but even if I go out to eat or even if I get something from outside and it's not highly processed, I still don't feel good. I still don't, for some reason, I don't feel good. And it's like, maybe it's because I just need my own energy. Do you drink your coffee? How do you drink your coffee? Just black, no cream, no sugar, nothing. Like the thing with me is like, my body, and I think this happens to a lot of 11s, like it does actually happen to a lot of 11s. I know a lot of 11s that fast a lot. Like they're fasting like all the time, like almost every day they're fasting. I know one 11 girl that's been fasting, and I just see 222 right now. I know one 11 girl that's been fasting for I think a year or two. Like she's been just fasting every day. Like that's so impressive. Like that's so cool. Actually, I might know two girls that do that because like just fasting, what it does is like it overall detox, and especially if you live in the West like I do, like I live in Canada, bro, the amount of processed food that we have up here is like fucking it's like bunkers. Like it's crazy how much processing they have in our food. I try to just avoid like, whew, like I really feel the vibration. So I've been fasting for like most days for the past like around 1.5 months. For like I would say around 99 or 98% of the days I've been fasting, and I've been fasting until like 4 or like 5 o'clock. I'm a rooster, March 1st, Pisces. You're a Pisces, March 1st. Why is that? Why does that birthday ring a bell? Oh, okay. I think I know who you. No, 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 no. That's not you. That's not you. That person's not a rooster. I love roosters. Roosters are amazing. Like you guys, like the thing with roosters is like roosters are kind of like, if you study roosters, like roosters can get angry. Like they can get angry, but they're like they're very fun to be around. Uh, just try not to pick a fight with them. And sometimes like they'll conceal their anger. They're very good at concealing their anger, but a lot of them had a very, like I feel like a lot of them went through like a lot of pain when they were children. They might have had a lot of issues with certain people around them when they were kids. Hold on. Oh my god, I don't know. Today I don't know why, for some reason, like I'm just, I really like, it's so different when you're in 11 life path. Like life is just so different. Like I've noticed this with every 11 life path. Like we all just like, it's like we, like if you're an evolved 11, you don't even want to fit in. But the fact that you don't even feel like you're from this earth, like me, like I've been telling people this. I think even before I found out I'm an 11 life path, I was telling people, I'm like, I'm from a different planet. I'm not from this planet. I was telling people, I'm like, I'm not from this planet. I'm not from here. And I used to say that even before I knew I was an 11 life path. But the second I found out, I'm like, you're an 11 life path? I'm like, okay, like everything just starts making more sense. I feel like nobody, that's how I feel. Like, it just feels like, no, I'm honestly very lucky now. I'm actually very lucky that I know 11s. Like, I'm so fucking lucky that, like, I have so many 11s that I know personally now. Because, like, honestly, like, I can't imagine if I didn't know you guys. Like, I couldn't really imagine how my life would be, because at the same time I am a social creature. Like I am a social being. Like means like I don't really want to be isolated for too long, but I want to be isolated. But if I have to hang out with people that are draining my energy, I'd rather be isolated every single fucking time. I pick isolation over hanging around with the wrong fucking people, right? But sometimes you get tricked. Like sometimes, like you really, not that you get tricked, but sometimes you, here's what I've noticed. For an 11 life path, it's fucking hard to get tricked. It's not even that you get tricked. Sometimes you just go and hang around with people because like, it's just like you want to be up. Oh my God, it's so fucking, hold on. Let me get a coffee. You know what's so funny? You're talking about like you being born in 2005 and you feel like 30. So I gave like someone so I gave someone I know, I gave a reading for like their fiance, right? And their fiance turned out to be an 11 life path, right? An 11 life path. And I swear to God, this girl's like, yo, this guy's only like 20 something, and he like he thinks like he's like an old man. Like he has like an old soul. And I'm like, that's how 11s are. That's how we are. And like that's how we are. And that's just a fact. Like if you hang around with 11 life paths, just be ready because they're gonna challenge you. Now, I know a lot of people, like a lot of other people, they think like, oh, this guy's a master number. So like, even when it comes to dating, I'm gonna tell you guys something. If you're talking to a girl, or if you're talking to a girl, if you're a guy, you're talking to a girl, and she's into numerology and astrology, and she finds out you're an 11 life path, a lot of times, if she really knows an 11, she's gonna like you. But when you're an 11, like, life is different. Like, a lot of other life paths don't really understand you on a deep level, to be honest. And I hang around people that I shouldn't, because I feel like they understand a certain point 100%. See, the thing is, when you're an 11 life path, another thing is that you're very, like, because I'm an 11, I'm being honest, like, we're very emotional people, bro. I started learning this, like, really, when I found out I'm an 11 life path. And then I started talking to other 11 life paths, and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, we could be very just like this emotional. Like, is that even possible, how emotional we could be? And then the more 11s you speak to, you're like, yeah, like, there's something going on. Like, there's a pattern. And then, like, I recognized how emotional 11 life paths really are. And, like, there's nothing wrong with that. I swear to God, there's nothing. Well, I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with that, because there could be something wrong with that if you don't know how to transmute those emotions. Like, I always tell people, I'm like, you have to learn how to transmute those emotions, because if you don't learn how to do that, those emotions will eat you up. Like, they'll really just eat you up, bro. Hang on. So I was like, okay, so here's what happened, okay? I'm fasting today, okay? I was fasting. I fasted until 4 o'clock, okay? I fasted until 4 o'clock. Then I went into an Afghan supermarket last night. In the Afghan supermarket, I was so glad to see that they had, like, Pakistani oranges. Like, they're called Kinu, okay? And I got some Kinu. And I broke my fast with them. And I'm like, dude, like, fuck, like, I think yesterday or the day before I broke my fast a little earlier. So, like, I just noticed, like, throughout the week. So if you ever want to ever get into fasting, okay, I swear to God, one of the best things you can do is just build a streak for like 10 or 11 days. Like, just go in and just fast, okay? Now when you're fasting, right, it just becomes so much fucking easier, right? But, like, even if, like, one of those days, like, okay, like, if one of those days, like, you eat a little earlier, it starts to become different on the sixth, like, on the day after that, because, like, your body, like, that's how, at least for me, like, that's how sensitive my body is now. That's how. But if I'm going, like, if I'm fasting, like, all days in a row, if I'm going, like, straight 10, 11 days in a row, then it's easier. But, like, if I fuck, like, bro, honestly, I just love coffee. Just, like, a good cup of coffee. Where are you guys tuning in from? I'm so curious. Like, I'm just so curious where you guys are tuning in from. Like, it would be nice to know. Numerology, like, and astrology is such a fascinating subject, bro. Like, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I'm so fucking fascinated by, like, just getting people's birthdays and looking at their, like, hand. Like, even, like, just looking at their hand and their face, like, and, like, when you talk to people and you're like, so this is what happened to you. This year was not a good, that year was not a good year for you. People are just so fascinated. They're like, how the fuck do you know? And, like, before, I'm gonna be honest, I used to think astrology is not, like, a very good thing, to be very honest. Like, because I come from a Muslim background, and, like, the way, like, Islam is teached, and this is another video I have to make about Islam, because, like, bro, the things that the scholars, like, the thing that majority of the scholars tell you, bro, they're giving you half information, and they're not even giving you details, bro. I'm telling you, like, the stigma, like, how did scholars, how did, like, collective society, the people that, like, the ruling class, how the fuck did they convince us that nature, the study of nature, is bad? How did they try to, like, I want you to think about that. How the fuck did they try to convince us? And you know what's funny? The funny part is the rituals that they have in Christianity and Islam are based around the cycles of the moon and the solar system. Like, could you fucking, like, think about that? Bro, that's like, if you come from a Christian, Muslim, or even in some cases, like even Hindus, like in some cases there's Hindus that don't know. You're on point, man, for real. I feel like nobody understands me. I was born to that. I feel like I'm hang around people that I shouldn't, because I feel like they understand a certain point. Virginia. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've just, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I have a very tight circle, and I'm very lucky to have a very, very tight circle of people that I really mess with. But like the vast majority of people, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. It's really not easy connecting with the vast majority of people. Like, it's like you're talking to a brick fucking wall. It's like you're talking to a brick fucking wall. But if, like, with me, like, personally, here's what I've noticed, okay? Here's what I've noticed. If you have a master number in your chart, like, even if you're a 22, if you're a 33, I could connect with you on a good level. Like, yes, I can connect with you, but to be honest, like, I really prefer being around 11s. Like, I really prefer being around 11s. Or that's what I say. Honestly, I tell people, I'm like, do you know all religions are connected? Like, they're all telling you that everything, all this stuff is one, everything is a delusion, everything is Maya, and like, it's all an illusion. Like, the dunya is an illusion, the worldly life, it's an illusion. Like, all these religions are trying to tell you the same thing, but the vast majority of people, they get so fucking caught up in division. Like, it's so weird, but like, again, I know that it stemmed from the carnal mind. Like, the more you're in the carnal mind, the more confused you fucking get. Right? Like when you're operating from the lower fucking chakras, like, bro, like, everything just becomes like, you just become confused. Like, everything, like, you're in a state of confusion, okay? As soon as you fucking go above and like you start doing semen retention, or you start doing pranayama, or you start fasting, as soon as I start doing semen retention, or as soon as I start fasting, bro, like, the synchronicities are off the fucking roof. They're off the chart. Like, I still remember when I started fasting, I was back on my fasting like around a month ago. Bro, I kept seeing, like, I keep fucking seeing, like, almost every time I'd break my fast, like, I like see like angel numbers. Like, I'll see like angel numbers, and I'm like, wow, like, there is no coincidence, right? Spirituality is, my real love was a 7. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I love 7s. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I like 7s are amazing. 7s are amazing. Spirituality is consciousness. I mean, like, even consciousness, like, we're just like observers. Like, honestly, we're just moving through the passage of time. And like, we're just observers of this Maya, this illusion that we're in, and we're not really even here. Like, here's how I describe this place, okay? I describe it like a video game. So when you're playing a video game, right? Mario is in the TV. So Mario is in the simulation, right? But you are controlling Mario from outside, but you're not really in the simulation. You're outside the simulation. Just like that, you're actually outside of the simulation. I hope you guys know. You're not really. See, they say that they say that the soul is in the body, but I'm like, no, the body's actually in the soul. The body, if you really think about it, the body is actually in the soul. And your soul is like, that's why when you're in the astral, you're not in your body anymore. You leave your body. That's what ends up happening. You're not even in the body, and you end up leaving your body, and you end up going to other places. So like, are you really the body? You're not. You're not even in the body. Of course you're not the body. Hold on. But when you're in this false matrix, the bodily fluids, like that's another thing, man. Like that's another thing. The bodily fluids affect you. Fuck, like it's so crazy because hold on. Even when the Bible, okay, so when the Bible talks about the secretion of honey and milk, what is the honey and milk that the Bible is actually talking about? I really want you guys to see. A lot of people are like, oh, the honey and milk. Honey, milk. No. Bro, we live in a real fucking. Once your eye opens, like once your third eye opens, you're like, God is talking very like allegorically to you, meaning he's using symbols. God is trying to tell you something symbolically, and a lot of people are just taking it literally. Like the honey and the milk are liquids that secrete through your vertebrae into your pineal gland, right? These are liquids that are secreting within your body. And when these liquids start getting secreted, your synchronicities increase. That's what, so when you do mushrooms, right? Here's what happens when you do mushrooms. When you're doing mushrooms, everything, your state of consciousness becomes heightened, okay? A lot of people feel like they're illuminated. A lot of people feel like, oh, like, I feel like this is happening, that is happening, this is happening, that is happening. And I'm like, yeah, it is happening, okay? Amazing. But at the same time, like, I love mushrooms, I really do. I love psychedelics. I think they're a medicine. But at the same time, you could really, really start to grasp a lot of knowledge just by fasting. Just by learning your birth date. Do you know that your birthday, your name, where you were born, like the place you were born, dude, even the apartment or the place, your home that you were born in, it's all leaving you clues. Like all these things, like, see, the thing is like, just your name, okay? I want to talk about the sciences, but I feel like people are more like just fucking connected to me on a spiritual, like, I feel like people don't really like, people do want to learn a lot of these sciences, but at the same time, the majority of people just want to like just chill and binge. That's fine. If you want to binge, that's okay. But just know that when it's time to learn, get a paper and pen. And I'm not saying you have to do this, but the best way to grow is get a paper and pen and start writing what I'm telling you. Start writing. Like a lot of the things, I swear to God, a lot of the things like I say for free. Bro, numerology is like psychology on steroids. It's like, this is why even if you're an 11 life path, what if your mom is a 3? What if your dad is a 4? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of this a lot of the numeric content, you just have to learn your life path. Like if you start to get to know, like, hey, you don't have to learn it. I can charge people hundreds of dollars just to like sit with you, consult you, your whole family. I can charge you literally hundreds of dollars if I want to do that. But it would be nice if you learn these things too. If you start learning these things, you're like, holy shit. Hold on. Mental health expert and healer, one small question. If you can take it as a life path 11, how do you stay positive if you experience narcissism? Okay, I'm going to get to all your comments, okay, guys? Just be very patient with me. I'm getting to your comments, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, this is me being very honest, okay? I'm about to be very honest, and this might, I know a lot of 11s are very optimistic, and so am I. But there's some scars that never leave. Like, this might sound very fucking weird to some people, but that's just me being honest. But I don't want people to look at scars as bad, because scars are what make those are lessons. I want people to look at scars as lessons. Those scars are there to teach you. See, the thing is, like, even when you're in 11 life path, hold on, I have to keep checking up on my food. Cause like I'm making, hold on, let me show you guys. So I'm making like goat. Yes, I'm not a vegan. Eat a lot of meat. Hold on. Okay. Hang on. Okay. So the scars never go. Okay, the scars are never gonna go away. But here's what you can do as an 11 life path. If you do have scars, what you have to do is like you have to get to know thyself. And that's just me being very honest. Now, I've spoken about this in my other live. Like on my other live, I was speaking about how 11s go through a lot of parental abuse. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, like it's very different when someone else messes you up. Like outside, like you get fucked over from the outside. But when it's like, for a lot of people, for a lot of 11s, I'm not gonna lie, if there's a very few 11s that I know that haven't, not even that I know, but like when it's your own parents, like that's something like I don't know if you could get over it. I don't know if you could get over it, but for me personally, I just stay focused on my craft. And when I'm focused on my craft and I'm helping other people out, I just feel a lot better. 2025 numerology will blow up, brother. Can you explain? What do you mean? Like it will blow up? Mental health expert and healer, and how to work on the fear about dating new people. That's a very good question. That's like a very, 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 very good question. I love that question. Hold on. Okay, so I was dating a girl a couple of months ago, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, you just have to give people chances. See, the thing is, like, a lot of times we start to judge the present according to our past. Okay? So, but the past is not the present. Or the people in the past are not the people in the present. That has a lot to do with you trusting yourself. I'm going to be very honest over here. Now, if you can take these golden nuggets, you're golden. When you can actually trust yourself, if I can trust myself, if you can trust yourself, then there will come a point where you will find people, and I know it's fucked up to say this, and a lot of people want to be like, oh, trust others, but let's be honest, in your life, you're gonna have to trust others to a certain extent. Now, I'm not telling you to give $1 million to someone and just run away. No, but what I'm saying is like, if you wanna build a team, if you ever wanna build a business, or if you wanna ever build a tribe, or if you wanna ever do something big, you're gonna have to trust other people to a certain extent. That's how it comes down to dating. When you're dating someone, I feel like first you have to trust yourself. First you have to, and I don't mean that in a narcissistic way, by the way. I don't mean it like, oh, just like fully, like, you know how like there's like this cringe notion, like, oh, love yourself. Yeah, love yourself. But love yourself is like, yes, you love yourself, but you're like, for an 11, you're a healer. You're here to help other people out in ways. So you have to learn how to help other people out too. But you do that by really just getting to know thyself. And once you increase your energy, Nikola Tesla said it, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think about it in like energy, frequency, and vibration. If you can start thinking like that, you're gonna get like very, very far in life. Like I swear. What's your thoughts on me, brother? Born on 22nd and 11 life at the very, very. Okay, so if you're born on the 22nd and you're in 11 life path, I think I knew a girl like that. I think I know another girl that's born on the 22nd and she's in 11 life path. You've had a very hard life. Yeah, you've, like, the way you are, like, you're an ancient soul. Like, you're a very, very old soul. Like, when you have 2 master numbers in your birthday, man, like, you're an ancient soul. You've probably been betrayed by a lot of people. Like, a lot of people have betrayed you and have hurt you, and You've probably been with a lot of people. You've probably 11th sign dog and oh, I'm a dog, dude. I'm a dog. Which one are you? Are you 94? Are you 94 dog or are you um the other one? You not on Twitter? Dude. See, I just recently started using Twitter again a bit. You know, not usually like uh I'm not gonna lie. I'm a lot more active on YouTube than I am in any other platform. Like I should be getting a lot more active on other platforms for sure. Really, I really appreciate you, AI Hex Builder. You're 1995. Oh, so you're like right at the cusp. Okay, so you're like right at the cusp of yeah, the other sign. So you're January. You're January. Okay, I think yeah. So look, when you have two master numbers, here's what I'm gonna tell you. When you're in 11 life path, your life is already fucking hard. You're already like, you're already going through abuse, you're going through trauma, you're going through this, you're going through that. But then when you have that 22 added, like, bro, here's what the thing is. Like, with you, here's what the thing is. Your biggest thing is going to be your emotions. I'm telling you this right now, okay? Your emotion. So you might sometimes end up like, by the way, if you want to know, let me know. I've been following. Okay. Your emotions are your biggest thing right now. If you can learn how to see you could be the type of person like with 11 life paths. I'll tell you something right now. I don't know if you know this, but like the majority of speakers are the ones that are the best speakers are 11 life paths. If you can really learn how to polish your tongue and if you can learn how to speak properly, you are so dangerous. You are so dangerous. Like if you're an 11 life path, just know you have the skill of communication. Yes, I'm saying this right now that generally speaking, an 11 life path can be a better communicator than a 3 life path. I'm telling you this right now. Now, 3s speak a lot, they're entertaining. That's different. That's different. But if you want to be a polemic and you want to have a plethora of points and you want to just get at it, you have charisma. Well, I want you guys to know something. It comes down to charisma. So if you have that charisma and you have that tongue, you can really go at it as an 11 life path. But it always, again, with an 11 life path, it's your emotions. You're not always going to feel like doing things. I promise. It's like you're not always going to be feeling motivated, but you're going to have to just do it. That's the thing with 11. And plus you have that 22 master number. Like now, I want you to know this. My sister is a 22. She has 22 on, like she's not a 22 life path, but she's a 22 birth number. When you're a 22, dude, you need to just build. You need to just build. Have photographic memory, especially with faces. Oh, of course, of course. As a 22 birth number, if you have 22 in your chart and you're not building like, let's say, architect, website, businesses, if you're not, like, if you're just not, like, just building, like, even building homes or, like, building infrastructure, just building. If you're not, as a 22, if you're not building, if you're not just building, then there's something that's not, like, there's somewhere you're going wrong. I'm telling you right now, there's somewhere you're going wrong. Like, if you have a 22 on your chart now, I gotta check up on my food too every here and there. Okay, so my food is, bro, hold on. Let me just stare at the food, bro. Like, gotta put some water in there. You've got to be building. As a 22, there's no way you're getting around. Like, it's very hard to get around that as a 22. Hold on. Okay. Bro, my 11 energy is so intense right now. Like, I swear to God. I don't know if you're an 11 and you feel the same way, let me know. But, like, I got to cook my own food, bro. Like, I got to cook. I like honestly like getting food from outside, bro. I just start feeling so shitty sometimes. Like when I get food from out, like I really just start like even if you go to like let's say like an Afghan or Arabic store where you know like the foods are not that unhealthy, like they'll just grill it and they'll give you rice with it. Even though it's not that unhealthy, like for some reason, like I don't feel like number one, I probably wouldn't feel like it's tasty. And I know that might sound trivial to some people, but let's be honest, like taste does matter. But number two, I just feel like, I don't know, like I just don't like it just doesn't like some like it's healthy, yeah, but there's a part of my body that just doesn't feel like the energy or the frequency just matches to my gut. Like it's just weird. Like it's healthy, but I feel like that food literally just gets digested and it goes away or it just quenches like it just gets to that part where it's like okay, you feel full and you're good and everything, but I feel like when I cook my own food, like it just goes into like the different, like it goes into like it just gets sucked into my veins and like the nutrients go in properly. I just feel different when when I really just eat home food. Like when I cook it myself, especially when I cook it myself. Hang on, so as an 11, how do I tune out other energies daily? I feel so drained. I know it's not my energy, but it's so hard tuning it out when I can literally feel energy. I'm gonna be honest, like if you're in 11, like, oh my god, like this is you guys are asking some fucking good questions. Like that's such a fucking good question. Okay, you have to do cord cutting. Okay, you have to learn how to cut cords. Like you have to learn how to do that. Okay. So if you're in 11 life, but see the thing with 11s is, bro, like we're just so like we just absorb fucking energy. That's the thing. Like you know a lot of people they can just go into a crowd and just sit down and not give a fuck. Like for us, like even when we're going into a crowd, it's like we're taking their fucking memory. Like it's like we're taking a lot of their shit. So like I will okay, so here's what you do. There's a metaphysical tube that you have. You obviously can't see this tube, but it's on top of your head. That there's a tube that you have. And before you go to sleep at night, any cord that you want to cut off, think about that person and like block that, like put like that person is gone. I can't fully linguistically describe it, or maybe I can. So imagine that there's a barrier now, and on the other side of that barrier, it's that other person that you don't want in your thoughts anymore. Like just imagine that person on the other side and keep that person there and then kind of like X that person out and like do that a couple of times, and that's how you clean your energy. And another way to really clean your energy and clear out your energy is to go out in nature, and I promise you this works like a gem. Okay, just go bare feet, just go bare feet. Like stop, like we don't even have to care about what other people think about us. Just go bare feet in nature and you're gonna feel a lot better. Okay, hold on, mental health healer, how to deal with people being okay. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go through all your comments. Okay, so I'm going through all your comments right now. So if you're on the live and you want to comment, you can comment right now because I'm gonna get to it. Um, Mental health expert and healer. So are you saying you're a mental health expert and healer? Is that what you're saying, Anan? How to deal with people being envious and sensitive, sensing your high vibration. It seems very few people see you for what you really are, and it feels lonely at times. Yo, I cut people off. Like if I feel like, man, look, I was there. It's like if you feel like you're not respected, if you feel like there's someone that's very envious of you, if you feel like you go in the room and people are just looking at you and they're trying to like challenge you on, challenging is different. If someone's challenging you, then okay, that's different. But if someone's challenging you with the wrong intention, you need to leave the room. I'm gonna be honest with you. Anything that you allow in your life, like any people, any images, any material, it all gets into your subconscious. So I would just cut the person off, like straight up. Now, if you are in a situation where it's a family member, because it happens with a lot with family members, if you have a family member and like the family member is someone that you're not getting along with like that, well, in this case, you might have to just limit your conversation with that person. Honestly, I can't teach you psychology or situational circumstances because I'm not going to be there. So the best thing I can tell you to do is don't put up with people that don't respect you on that level. Being around nature, grounding and balancing the energies with the chakras. 100% mental health expert and healer. Yes. Arslan, when's your birthday? I'm May 1st, 1994. May 1st, 1994. 11 life path Taurus. Hang on, you just, bro. See, now the food that I make, like a lot of times it'll take like 1.5 or 2 hours for me to actually make the food. But like honestly, it's so worth it. Like it's actually so worth it because like the food from outside, bro, I'm like tired. Like I'm just tired. I remember one time, well, a couple of times I've been on mushrooms, but I remember this time I was on mushrooms and I was gonna go grab pizza. Bro, so I go to grab pizza, right? And I'm like, hey, let's go grab pizza. And I'm like, I was on mushrooms and like my mushrooms trip was settling down. It was like really settling down. Grabbing pizza. I still remember walking in, right? And the dude at the counter, like, so someone came before me or something, and they told the guy that was working. They said something disrespectful to the guy, like like something weird, Okay, so this guy was just pissed off behind the counter. He was just like very very angry. Okay, and I'm like, hey, this guy's very angry. So I go to the counter and I'm like, can I just get pizza? And by the way, I don't like taking shit from people, like straight up, like. So now this guy's trying to like his energy, I sense his energy, like he's trying to show me like disrespect. And I'm like in my head, I'm like, dude, you don't wanna test me like that. Like I swear I'll fucking clean you. And I'm not the type of guy that is violent. I'm really not. You know what I mean? Like I'm a loving, caring, empath dude. But if someone wants to really test me on that level, I'll clean you up. Right? And then this guy starts like he starts being very like he starts to show me some attitude. I'm like, dude, honestly, like I see your situation and everything that happened. I empathize with whatever you're going through, but like, you don't have to take it off on me. Okay, I said something like that. Right? And this person like made my pizza, and I remember eating that pizza. And I just didn't feel the best. Like I just for some reason, like when someone is making your food, like when someone else is making your food, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're like for people that are from India, okay? Hang on. So like Indian people have like this thing called like an ashram, okay? Like they have a place that's called an ashram. So ashram is like a spiritual place. And did you guys know that the most important task that they give at an ashram is to the person that cooks the food? That's the most like, so the person that's cooking the food has the most, that's like the most, so that person has to be very, very like on point with what that person is doing. Because if that person is not on point, people are going to get like stomach aches, people are going to start feeling bad, people are not going to feel good. So that person has to really be on point with what they're doing. Hang on. Mental health expert and healer makes sense. In one of your videos, you mentioned your negative thoughts working as a suggestion and work as spell. What are your go-to keynotes when that happens? How do you spin the vibration? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Your thoughts are not who you are. I promise you. See, you can have a thought, like you can have a very bad, like you can have okay, so you're the observer of the thought. So your antenna, you're always getting thoughts coming up. Okay, depending on how much inner work you've done. People that have not done any inner work, they don't do any sort of breathing exercise, or they're not in nature, or they don't practice like celibacy here and there, and they're not eating right. A lot of these, or depending on your karma, depending on what type of karma you have, like fuck. And I swear I'm talking about karma. And do I see the number 8? I think I see the number 8. So 8 is the number of karma, by the way. Letting you know right now, okay? If you did something wrong and you keep seeing 8, or if you did something good and you keep seeing 8, just know that's karma. Just know that's karma. 8 is the number of karma, okay? I would just, honestly, for me personally, I would just observe the thoughts, and I would always know that I'm not associated to these thoughts. They're just thoughts that are coming, and your present moment is the only moment that exists right now. Like this moment right now that I'm having with you, the moment that you're actually, like this current moment where you're actually watching me on this life, this is the only moment that exists. And in this moment, you have the choice. The choices that you make at this moment are going to determine how your future is going to be. So if you were to actually, say something positive to a person, that's going to determine a very big part of the relationship you're going to have with that person in the future. If you were to say something negative to a person or yourself, that's going to determine like how your future could potentially look like. Okay? Master numbers manifest the easiest. It could be karma from your past life. Okay, here's what I have to say. Master numbers manifest the easiest, for sure. But it's just like here's what the thing with the master numbers is. Here's where we have it a bit hard. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest. It's almost all the time, it's like it's the childhood or it's the teenager days. See, the thing is, like, I think I've spoken about this before, but Dr. Gabor Mate speaks about like the 90% of the programming that's done to you happens before the age of 7. Before the age of 7, like you're so programmed before the age of 7. Now, when you're like this programmed, what ends up happening is that, especially with 11 life paths and like master numbers, like we've been through so much like shit in our lives, like just being honest, that it's that shit like could take over the majority of master numbers. Because I work with, like, I know master numbers, like I talk to a lot of master numbers, and I see how like the past patterns can like start coming up. Now, I feel like the best way you could thrive as a master number is to start to transmute those emotions. Like a lot of people even look at dark as bad. Like they look at like the dark and they think about like bad or evil. But like in reality, darkness could be a friend. Like it could really be used as a friend to get what you want. There's no such thing as good. There's no such thing as good karma. Having no karma is good karma. Well, the thing with karma is, okay, here's what the thing with karma is. Karma, everything in this world is dual, right? Singularity exists once you leave the matrix, everything becomes singular, right? But when you come on this plane, right? When you come on this plane, it all starts to become black. Like you start to look at things as more black and white. Yes, but like in the collective pattern, once everything starts becoming collective, when everything starts to become more singular, it becomes more of one. But when you're here, there is a distinguishment between good and evil. Yes, in hindsight, when you go back to singularity, everything is singular. But to get out of that, there has to be a proclivity. There has to be a proclivity to do perpetual good. That's how you're leaving this cycle. That, like, okay, so when it comes to flat or circular Earth, I know there's a very big debate. there's a huge debate between if the earth is flat or the earth is like round, whatever. Okay. By the way, for everyone that thinks that the earth is round, there is a lot of convincing and good evidence that the earth could be very plain. Okay. There's a lot of evidence that it could really be plain. In fact, the circular earth just came on recently. Like people just recently started to like talk about like a circular earth. But before that, there were a lot of depictions and images of the earth actually being flat. But I don't want to get into that right now. When I say plane of existence, here's what I mean. Everything that you pay attention to exists on a quantum level. Now, this is where I was listening to Robert Edward Grant's work, and I'm going to paraphrase a little bit of what he said. But what he was talking about, when you pay attention to it, it exists. And I think it had to do with the split experiment. So with the split experiment in the quantum field, when you're there, when you're paying attention to it, it exists. So it's like, I know this is some very deep quantum physics, but right now I'm sitting here, I can look at the TV, I can look at the living room, and I can just look right here, like, right? But what you're looking at is the back of me. You're looking at the curtains, right? For you, the curtains and I exist, but for me, what exists is the TV and the walls, okay? But what I can't see doesn't actually exist. That's something to really like. That's like a mind bender. That's like a mind bender. It's a very sensitive. It's flat. It's a very sensitive topic, bro. Honestly, yeah, like I've learned, like now being on the internet, I've learned that a lot of people are sensitive to a lot of different things. So like I personally, like I don't care. I just talk about whatever I want to talk about or whatever I need to talk about. Yeah, there are some things that I can't really talk about because you'll get censored on the internet. Like there's some things, like there's specific things if you talk about, they'll start censoring you, but yeah, like who really cares? Like who really cares to speak the truth? Okay, we're about to hit an hour now. We're about to hit an hour. All that being said, guys, have yourself. Oh, what's your plan this year for laying low? Bro, that's been on my fucking mind, man. That's been on my fucking mind. I want to just lay low. I just want to lay low. It's good that I have a good amount of savings right now. Like I have a good amount. I don't know. You tell me your plan. Let me know what you're planning to do. Let me know what you're planning to do. How are you gonna lay low this year? Like what the fuck? Honestly, man, I'm probably just gonna go to fucking third world country or something for a bit. But like I'm so fucking tired of Canada. Like, bro, like I'm just kind of I'm getting tired of Canada. I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, and so I'll show you. I'm in London. Bro, oh my God, honestly, I just want to get the fuck out of Canada. I feel like even London, man, like I feel like like all these countries like America, Canada, the UK, Germany, France, I feel like they're not. I swear to God, I see 111 while I'm saying this. I swear to God, let me show you. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Look. I swear to God. I'm not even making this up, bro. Like, I'm just being honest. Look. See, like, this is what I mean. Like, when I'm about to say something and I see, like, an angel number, I'm like, yo, it's important. Like, it's important. So, like, just say it. Okay, here's what I mean, okay? And it's good that you brought this up because I've actually been thinking about this a lot, okay? I think about this a lot, okay? I feel like the most conducive environment is to just be in nature. Is to just be in nature and to get away. I feel like I swear to God, I feel like I need a whole fucking year just to be in nature. Like a whole fucking year just to be in woods for a bit. Like, I obviously want to do my YouTube thing. Like, I want to talk to you guys. I want to interact with you guys. I want to do my content stuff, everything. I want to give people readings. I love doing that stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I need just some fucking time, bro. Like, I just feel like I can't be in these cities for too long. Like, I live in Toronto, okay? I don't know if you guys know this, but like the majority of the music culture that comes out from Toronto and Atlanta and New York. Okay, Toronto. When you think about Toronto, it's Drake, The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, like the culture in Toronto, like the culture is just very, 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 like it's a very dense. It's a dense, like I know a lot of people might look at Canada and be like, oh, Canada, you guys are all so nice. Good people, Canada. Come to Toronto. I'll show you how good Toronto is. I'll show you how good Toronto is. Like Toronto's not somewhere like it's fucking weird, bro. Like it's like people think like when you come to Canada, like we'll fucking like come to the airport and like give you guys like a bunch of fucking sweets and like get you in with maple syrup or something and like put you on a first class hotel. Bro, I want you to just check out the streets of Toronto right now, downtown, and what's going on in Vancouver. You'll see what Canada is. Canada, they've really turned the people that are obviously pulling the strings from the back have really, really messed with the country, and it's not what it used to be. Canada's not what it used to be. The UK is not what it used to be. America's not what it used to be. These countries were beautiful countries, and obviously there are still like huge parts of me that love this country. But honestly, when I think about it, do I want my family to be here? Do I want to live here for the rest of my life? Like, do I want to be like fucking paying taxes to like people that are giving my taxes to commit like all this shit that they're doing in the world? Like, no, I don't think so. I just can't. I don't think I could be in Canada for too long, bro. And I don't know if you could, as a spiritual being, I don't even think you could. I think we're all going back to our primordial way of living is like being in nature. Yeah, right? Like Lithuania, right? Like your ancestors, like the country was beautiful, but then they had to fucking corporatize it. They come in with McDonald's, they come in with all these corporations, they put the fucking corporation over there, they create this fucking chaotic energy, and they're like, here, live here now. Bro, like, no. Like, fuck. I love Canada, like, right? But no, just no, I don't think so anymore. It's not going to be here for too long. Not going to be here for too long. Anyways, all that being said, have yourself a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Take care.